Woo. Oh, where's my stand? Hey, y'all. Hey, hey. Give me 1 second. Woo. What is up? It's Monday. How y'all doing? Oh, goodness. Gosh, we got some stuff to talk about today. All right. So, thank y'all for being here. Please, as always, if you haven't watched or followed or any of those things, well, first of all, can you hear me? Let's start it out. Let's make sure I got the right Wi-Fi. Hey, everybody on TikTok. Let me make sure you guys can hear me too. Hold on 1 second. Okay, good. All right. Whew. Okay. Had to make sure. Oops, wrong thing. Let me take that off. Sorry. What's up? Facebook, TikTok, YouTube. Hey, Lakeisha. Hey, Dwight. Hey, Reese's Pieces. Hey, Shada. How you doing? What's up, Brianna? What's going on, y'all, over here in TikTok land? Let me put this box over here instead of this bottle. Whew. I'm sorry, y'all. I had to get me a beverage today because it's just too much stuff going on, and I'm just like, oh my gosh. Oops, sorry. So, again, you can follow, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Share. I appreciate it. And as always, you can go ahead on and drop those questions. I already have pretty much my agenda. So let me get all my stuff out so I can tell y'all what's going on. Okay. So first, let me start with some of the basic stuff that is going on. So if you're in Florida, all right, just so you guys will know, if you're in Florida, the career source, Brevard career source, or any career source actually in the state, hurricane, the state of Florida is supporting Hurricane Irma efforts still. So if you are in Florida, you can go to your nearest workforce center and you can tell them that you want to get the scholarship to get free training. They give you free training, okay? So if y'all know somebody that can use it, okay, they give you free construction skills. Okay, so I don't know what construction skills are. I mean, I don't know if you get a certificate or anything like that, but they get free construction skills, and you will get a job afterwards. It's a guaranteed job afterwards in support of Hurricane Irma. So you can go to your local career source to find out about that. All right. So that's number one. Okay. Also, if you're in Florida, before I continue to go on with what's going on in the world, but if you're in Florida, there is also this is also through the unemployment office. Okay, first of all, DEO, which is the Florida Unemployment, they are hiring. Okay, so just so y'all know, it's a massive shitload of jobs they have come out. Okay, so right now, Florida Unemployment Office is hiring. Who else is hiring? You said, Shamika. Oh, okay. You asked. SBA is hiring. Let's see. What else did I see? The Department of the Veteran Affairs, they're hiring. I don't know if anybody's interested in any government jobs or anything like that, but if you have ever wanted to get in the government, this is a good time to get a job in the government because they are operating under what is called direct hire authority. And direct hire authority basically means as long as you fit the job description and they see that you can do the work, they will hire you. Boom. Okay. This is not a face-to-face interview type of thing. You will have to submit your resume on usajobs.com. Okay, so I can't put the links on TikTok because they don't have a place for me to put that. But if anybody on TikTok wants to write those messages for somebody, I'd appreciate it. I got it over here on Facebook and YouTube. Okay, so I did check today, and they're like, I know the VA is hiring like 120 positions all over, not just in Florida, all over the U.S. And The IRS is still hiring for a lot of people. The post office is hiring right now. I mean, it's crazy right now. This is the time to get you a government job, okay? Especially us Black and brown people, okay? Because a lot of us are not able to get jobs that's going to give us a retirement check. So if you wanted to be able to get you a job, and let me tell y'all, if you work for the government, it's very, very difficult to fire you. So you find anybody who works for the government, they'll tell you, let me bring this down for y'all think I'm naked. So it's just, people will tell you that it's very difficult to get fired. Okay, so go on and get you one of those good old Uncle Sam jobs. It's gonna give you a nice little 401k and a nice little retirement check every month. Okay. Also, if y'all don't know, I do resumes. I do the resumes for regular civilian jobs and then the federal civilian side. Okay. And yes, they are different. They have to be done differently. Okay. So again, if you're in Florida, they just opened the Black Business Loan Program. Okay. So I don't have a whole lot of information about it because I just basically found out about it maybe a little bit before I came live. But the Black Business Loan Program is out. And you can also find that through Department of Education. FYI, I'm going to look at the questions in a minute. But if you guys can't remember whatever it was that I was talking about, please just send me a message. I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to make a list of the websites that I go over when I do my live. So then if you ask me, I'll just send you all of them. It makes it a lot easier than, me going over each individual one trying to figure out. So I'm just going to put all my links in a little document. And if you want it, you can hit me on Facebook. You can hit me on Instagram. Next, if you send me a message and I have not gotten back to you, sorry, I'm busy. I'm getting to you. I apologize. If it's an emergency, I do have an office line. You can call me. Okay. And I'm going to put this on here before I move on. Okay. So let me put this down. 407-930-9570. All right. So 407-930-9570. Okay. So please do not call me and think you're going to ask me 100 million questions. Okay. Because that's not how it works. So you could call if you need something done immediately. If you have a question and I can answer it quickly, I will. But if it's something that's going to involve a consultation and we're going to have to talk a little bit longer, I'm definitely going to bill you. Okay. So let's just get that out the way. All right. So let me see what questions I have before I get into all this good stuff that's going on. Cause I know y'all want to know what's going on with those doggone child tax credit checks. Okay. So nobody have a question. Oh, all right. So Chris Troutman, thank you for asking. Give me 1 second. Let me just make sure I ain't forgot nothing. All right. So Chris Troutman says, how can I freeze my account because the T-Mobile was hacked? Great. So this is a good question. Anybody wants to know how to freeze their credit? I actually will give you send me a message. I will send you a little something you can put in your phone. It's a little like a screenshot, and it has all the 3 bureaus, phone numbers, and you can call them. Basically, if you are affected by a somebody's business was hacked, your personal information was given out, and you don't know what to do, let me tell you the first thing you need to do, especially if you know it's related to your social security number or your credit, you need to immediately call the bureaus. That is TransUnion, Equifax, or Experian. You do not need to call all 3. You can call one. If you call one and put a fraud alert on your account, they automatically put it on the other 2. So you do not have to worry about calling all 3. Now you can if you want to because you're bored and ain't got nothing to do. But I promise you, when you call that number, it is going to tell you that they will call the other 2 bureaus. But that is the very first thing you need to do. If you find that there was a leak and your data was leaked and you're not sure what to do. Second, if you find that somebody actually opened up something in your account, or you see an inquiry or something on your account that you know wasn't yours, because before a person can actually be approved for credit, they actually got to apply, which means an inquiry will show up on your credit. If you notice that, that means that someone has actually attempted to get credit in your name, although they were not successful. But now you can go to the police department and file a police report for identity theft. Okay. This also works if you are, and I wasn't even going to talk about this until a little bit later, but since we're on it, let's talk about it. So I have had a lot of people and they're like, hey, somebody's getting child tax credit money for my kids and it's not me. Okay. So I know y'all probably know somebody, so I'm gonna pause here so y'all can tag somebody real quick, or you can share this video. So I'm gonna let y'all know, if you find that somebody is getting the money and it's not you, the first thing you need to do is tell that person, inform them. Now they know it's not their kid, okay? But you got to do it anyway. You let them know that, hey, you are not supposed to be collecting these funds. You need to go into the child tax credit portal and opt out. All right. So I say a lot of these things over and over every week because there are some people that I'll swear I'll be on live right now, and at 8:05 somebody will send me an email about the same question. So I am putting it in these videos to direct them to watch, okay? Because things are going to start to get more serious as we go along, and you'll see when I get later on to tell y'all what's going on. But we're just gonna start here with some basic stuff, okay? So if you tell them to opt out of the child tax credit portal. If they choose not to opt out, fine. Don't fight, don't argue, but please let them know that they're going to have a very hard time getting a tax return at all from the IRS, from this tax year will probably be the last time they'll get an easy one, because after you put in your paperwork stating that you're a victim of identity theft, and it doesn't have to be you, it's your children. If somebody is using those being paid for those kids and you didn't authorize them to receive that money, you guys have to realize you may have given them permission to file your kids on taxes in 2019 or 2020, but did you give them permission to claim your kids next year? That's what people keep forgetting. If you collect money on children now under the child tax credit, that means next year, whoever received that money has to also claim those kids. So we're going to find that there are going to be people who are divorced. And this is what I've been getting a lot. We're divorced and I'm claiming it on even years, and my husband's supposed to claim it on odd years, or however we rotate. And unfortunately, one spouse is getting the money, not the other one. But remember, whoever gets the money now is only getting an advance on next year's money. So if they are not supposed to be receiving it, report them. Okay. And the reason I'm telling you to report them is because when you go to file taxes next year and you put those children in with their social, it's possible it could get rejected because IRS is going to say, well, this is not the same person that collected the money that we paid them under last year, which is right now. Okay. So I hope y'all are following me. So if you find that they're not working with you, you need to report them to the IRS. You need to go ahead on and file that identity theft form, because there's nothing to stop it right now. You can't go in the system and log in to have them stop taking the payments. You can't call IRS and tell them about the child and the social, because they won't talk to you about those things over the phone. So that's the only way that you can do it. Now, if you report that person, they're going to have a difficult time getting their next tax return, because now the IRS is going to investigate. And now they're going to want to see, well, were you correct in getting it in 2018, 2019? So it's possible that that person that you're reporting could get audited. So I try to tell everyone to let the person know, like, look, make it easy on yourself, okay? And stop getting these payments, because if not, you are going to have a hard time dealing with IRS from here on out. They're gonna, and believe me, if they can't verify your identity, or they feel there's some fraudulent stuff going on, they're gonna hold the tax return. They're gonna hold any payments that you are supposed to receive until you verify and work out these issues. So please do not let somebody slide taking money that is not theirs, because baby, you will not be able to claim them next year. That same person is also going to get that money again next year. So you're going to let someone get money this year at the end of the year and file taxes and get the money again, the remaining portion of the child tax credit, because that's exactly what's going to happen. There's no switching later on. What it is now is what it is. So if they're not supposed to, ask them to cut it off. If not, you need to report them, because you won't be able to get any money. Okay. So let me look and see if I got any questions here on TikTok really quick. Again, if you're on TikTok, please follow, like, all that good stuff. And I appreciate that. Thank you, Austin Jones. I'm in Brevard County. That is right. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Hello, do you have any grants for housekeeping businesses? Grants are not specific usually. And housekeeping probably is not necessarily going to be one that they're going to give a grant for. It doesn't cost that much to get set up for a housekeeping grant. If you're looking for funds For housekeeping, I would tell you to make sure your business is set up, and then you need to start looking at getting some local contracts or some state contracts. Right now, being that it's COVID, you could basically walk up to somebody and say, "Hey, I have a housekeeping business. I'm licensed and bonded. I'd love to clean your office in the evening. For a such and such contract. This is what I work out." But grants for housekeeping, I doubt you're gonna find that. No shade on housekeeping, but it's just not something that takes a lot of money to start up. So you're gonna have a hard time finding that. So no, ma'am. All right, let me move on. I need a resume, and how much are they? Hey, Queen Shamai, I don't want to say your name wrong. My resumes are $40. Okay. Now, if you need a resume, like somebody hit me up today, they needed a resume in like 15, 20 minutes, you got to pay a little more. But it's $40 for a resume because they're not that difficult to do. Basically, you give me your old resume and I'm going to revamp it, revise it, make it look a little better. And if you don't have one, tell me your information and I'll still make it look like you done had a CEO job. Okay, we ain't gonna lie, but we are gonna make you stand out. All right. What's next? So you can send me a message on Instagram and then we can go from there. Queen Shamai. I do not want to say that wrong. I'm probably jacking up her name. All right. I didn't know that a credit card company could close your account. Did use a card in 6 months. Okay, so absolutely yes. If you do not use a credit card, they will close it, especially right now. And why are they doing that right now? Because these credit card companies are hurting and they want you to spend. Did I say spend? They want you to spend so you can keep your accounts open. So now I'm not telling y'all to go out there and shop, but I am telling you that if you have a card that you haven't used in a while, so for example, I know someone that has a Victoria's Secrets credit card and they are so happy to get it, but they also won't use it because they're afraid of running up their limit. And I said, no, go in Victoria's Secret and go to the clearance rack, buy you some perfume, buy something that's $20 and $20 when they send you the monthly payment, they may ask you to pay 20, they may ask you to pay 10, but you want to keep a little balance, okay? But make sure if you're going to charge, make sure you can remember the pay, because that's the issue. Nobody has a problem charging, but people have a problem remembering to make the payment. So that means you either need to put that in your calendar, you need to get an app that can track your payments, find some kind of way because people are busy nowadays and there's so much stuff going on. Who can remember stuff? Okay. So help yourself. Stop trying to remember everything and use your calendar the way it's supposed to be used. All right. So yes, they can close your credit card if you do not use it. That is their way of forcing you to basically use it, or you'll notice they'll lower your balance. That's another thing they're doing. Another thing you'll see that they're doing is you can apply for a credit card, you get approved, you get the card in the mail, but then you get an email because they're now emailing you and they're going to say, hey, we're sending you a 4506T. So if any one of you guys have dealt with the SBA trying to get money for the loan, you wouldn't know what a 4506T is. And basically that form is an IRS form stating that the company that sent it to you wants to go to IRS to pull your transcripts, your tax transcripts, because they want to see your income. And that's what's happening. So a lot of times you'll find that these credit card companies are now like, this person put down that they made $80,000. I don't believe them. Let's go. Let me send this 4506T so I can pull their tax transcripts. Now, I'm not here to tell anybody what to do, but if a credit card company is asking to see your taxes to open up a credit card, it's time to move on to somebody else, okay? And the reason why, because that's just too much of your business, okay? Now, speaking of your business, this is one of the things that I was wanting y'all to pay attention to that is going to start happening. I do not know, well, I'm not gonna say it's gonna start happening because it has not been approved yet. But I want you guys to pay attention to, have you guys been seeing that they've been talking about the IRS has requested that banks send in your banking information so that they can make sure that you guys are not skimping out on your taxes being paid. Now, if you have not heard that, this is very, very real and very, very true. I read it's 111 pages. It came out yesterday. I saw it. That this is what the IRS and the Biden administration of what they are looking to do to lower our federal tax debt. Now, this is the kind of stuff that is not going to be on the news. Why? Because nobody cares about it, right? Y'all don't care. Nobody cares until it starts affecting your pockets. So here's how it's going to affect you. The IRS wants banks to now report, and this is not going to happen if it's approved. It won't start until 2023. All right. So they want banks to start annually reporting. They call it an information report. They want to see account information for anyone who has $600 or more, but they want it broken out in different things. They want to know your cash withdrawals and deposits. They want to know transfers in, not transfers out. They want to know when you get paid. So if you get paid by Cash App, PayPal, and this is for business owners. So I'm talking to business owners too. And please, again, y'all watch tag, share this with somebody, because this does not just affect regular people. This affects regular people and business owners. And if you are a business owner, it affects you twice, because now they're going to go not only in your personal account, they want to know what's in your business account. They also want companies like Cash App, PayPal, Stripe, Square. They want them to also report every year. Now, what y'all did not know, a lot of y'all may not have known this, but they do not, they can report if they choose. The IRS calls it a minimum amount that you have to report. And right now, if you have a third party creditor, PayPal, Square, Stripe, all of those that I named, if you use them to collect money as a business owner, as long as you have $20,000 or less and 200 swipes, they do not report you to the IRS. Or if they do report, the IRS doesn't let you know. So they can report it, but the IRS doesn't come after you for money. So the IRS has been allowing people to basically make money and not pay taxes for a very long time. Okay, I think this started in 2000 if I'm not mistaken, that they did this threshold. And remember, the threshold was 20,000 in sales and 200 swipes. Now, if you're a business owner, all you have to make is $600 or more, and they now will report what you make. So why does that affect me? Well, because there's a lot of people not paying taxes. If you are somebody that does hair out of your house, you will now be found out, because the IRS is going to say, well, according to this document, you said you make this much on your taxes. And let me go even further. For y'all that get hooked up by your tax preparer and you are a self-employed, okay? Not saying it's wrong with that, but I'm trying to draw a relation so y'all know who I'm talking to. If you file self-employed and you put a dollar amount on your self-employed on your Schedule C, and it doesn't match what comes into the bank, there's a discrepancy. And you know what else the IRS asks for the government to do? They asked the government to give them 6 years to find this information. 6. Normally it's 3. After 3 years, they don't find it. What is gone is gone. If they don't catch it, they don't catch it. Not anymore. It is 6 years now. So you can't even get comfortable, because damn, you know what I mean? It's like, as soon as it's 6 years is a long time. And if you think about it, every year you're waiting on the 6 years, another year is happening. So now that's 6 more years and 6 more years. So it's a lot of your information. Now, is there anything you can do? The only thing you can do right now is there is and if you guys are interested, I already have the link. There is a firm that has put together a website where you can put your name and where you live, and it sends a letter to the senators, to your senators in your state and your area, to let them know that you do not want this. Why? Because it is an invasion of privacy, some people feel. I think it may be if you're a person and you have rentals. You have rental income. There are a lot of people I know that have rental income. They don't report rental income. Why? Because that's just money you receive from one bank to another bank, or Walmart to Walmart, or you may receive cash, a money order, a check, all of that stuff. But now when you put it in your bank, now it's going to be reported. So that stuff is very important. Okay. So let me see if I got any questions, before I go on. But y'all didn't know, and it's more to that than just this. Okay. I see it, and I get my check for August. I get them all on my information. All right. So let me put that on hold really quick, because let's talk about this child tax credit. You guys have not received your payments. You got your July, you got your August, or you got July, didn't get August, but you got September. So it's a whole lot of mess that's going on. The IRS is saying one or two things. One, they're saying it's a glitch in the system that y'all didn't get paid, but y'all know, and I know, they don't say a glitch. I don't know how many times throughout this pandemic. It is not a glitch, in my opinion. Okay. But if that's what they want to run with, we're going to go with it, that it's a glitch, y'all. But glitches are usually something you can fix like this, okay? But that's not happening, all right? The other thing we are getting is if you find out you didn't get a check, you didn't get a paper check in the mail, you need to log into that child tax credit portal, log in and see what your account says. Now, one, if you can't log in, it says you can't be verified, you need to call the IRS and get yourself verified so that they can start making your payments. So if you can't even log in, that's a problem. Now, if you log in and it still says we need to verify your eligibility, basically, that could be the glitch is what they're talking about, but we don't know if that's really a glitch because some people have been sitting for a long time. So what I've been reading is if you see that, then the IRS is looking at your account to verify that you are supposed to be receiving the payments. Now, it could be a glitch that puts you in a category that you have to be verified and you don't, but that it is what it is, and you're not going to get your payment right now until it's fixed. Now, will I get my payment for September and we're getting ready to go into October? That's hard to say. I have not seen anyone. Matter of fact, let me take it back. I seen one person get a back check. They logged in and showed me their IRS payment portal, and they had one back check. But I haven't seen too many other people receive back checks. So please, if you didn't get your September payment and we hit October, don't expect it. All right. And the reason why is this is just an advance. They don't have to pay it if they don't want to, because you can just get it at tax time. So they are not going to be bending over backwards to correct these payments if they can turn around and give it to you at tax time. Not saying they don't want to give you your money, but if they're going to give you the money anyway, they're like, we're just trying to get ready for the next month. So when October comes, okay, now y'all going to see me before then, and I'm going to remind y'all too, but when October comes, please log in when it hits October 1. Please. Why? Because I need you to log into the portal to see what it says. Has it changed to direct deposit? Has it changed to paper check? The system is doing all kind of wonky things, so you have to be proactive. And every month, you need to go into your portal and you need to be looking at it so that you know what to expect. I am not waiting until the 16th only to find out I'm not getting a check. I'd rather know ahead of time. And some of y'all can play with y'all emotions if you want to. I don't like to play with mine. So I go as soon as that month changed to October, I'm logging in to see. Did it change? All right, it didn't change on the 1st. Let me check one more time in a week. Try again on the 7th, okay? Because remember, the IRS says you have a week to make any corrections before payments go out, okay? So if you don't check it on the 1st, make sure you check it by the 7th to make sure nothing has changed, all right? So Virginia says hers keeps saying processing. If it says processing, that sounds like your tax return because child tax credit usually doesn't say that. But if it does, then the only thing that you can do is wait. And that's the sad part, but it is true. That's all you can do is wait. Okay. All right. Okay. So Mommy Johnson, you haven't gotten your child tax credit payment either last month that got mailed. And that's what I'm saying. And just so you guys know, if it got mailed and you moved, the IRS has not instructed the UPS to forward. Excuse me, not UPS, USPS. They have not told them to forward. So if your check goes to your address and you're not there and it's returned to sender, they're going to return it all the way back to the IRS. And you then now have to contact the IRS to see where that check is, if they're going to reissue or what they're going to do about giving you your money. All right. So again, you have to chase that down. Okay. What about an ex who filed and added with permission? If an ex filed and added these kids without permission, one, you can't add kids without permission because IRS hasn't opened up the portal to add children. So the only way that they were able to get the information to get a check is the IRS either went off of 2019 or 2020. So just FYI, you cannot add any kids. If so, there will be a lot more people getting money right now, but they can't because they did not open it up for individuals to add. So you cannot add your kids. You will only be able to get that money at tax time, okay? All right, Siobhan says, I received mine for July and August, but not September. So Siobhan, you probably are one of those people that I'm talking about. If you logged into your tax credit portal, you'll see yours is probably saying something about verifying your identity too. It's a mess, but it is happening to a lot of people. Rika asks, do I help with taxes? Absolutely, absolutely. And speaking on taxes, again, if you haven't done your taxes, please do them. I am still finding that there are still people that are calling me now that still want to file taxes. If you got somebody that's in prison and they didn't get their stimulus and they did not file to get it, okay? Y'all can call, go on and get these people their money. Remember, the IRS sits on your money for 3 years if they owe you. After 3 years, you have no rights to that money. They do whatever they want to do with it because you did not go and claim it. So it is good to file your taxes because you may be missing out on something that you do not know, all right? And they are sending letters out telling people that before we give you your tax return, you need to file the last 2 or 3 years taxes. I've seen those letters. I've seen people who claim they did not get a stimulus and we did their taxes to get a stimulus, but then they got a letter from the IRS saying you're getting $0. We've seen letters of IRS telling people that they owe money back for a stimulus. That's not true, that they didn't get one. And we've been seeing letters of the IRS threatening to garnish or levy individuals' bank accounts for not paying old debts. Basically, what is going to happen in these next couple years, y'all, is, and this is what the Biden administration is trying to do, okay? So when they say they don't want to raise taxes and they don't want to do all this, I'm not here to talk politics, but I'm letting you know that the whole purpose of what the administration is trying to do is lower the federal tax debt and to get IRS more money to cover, to me, it's tax debt, not just tax debt, our federal debt. So one way to get money is to use the IRS to go into all of your stuff to see what you're doing so that they can get, money out of you. They also put in this letter that, and this is from the Biden administration, that they are looking to change the tax preparers. Now, I've been saying this like for the past couple of weeks now. If you're a tax preparer, they are looking to come, and I'm a tax preparer myself, and I've already started studying because it clearly says that they are asking Congress to change the law that gives IRS authority over who can and cannot be a tax preparer. They don't mind if everybody's a tax preparer, but you will not be able to run your business as a tax. You will not be able to be a business tax preparer, like run a business being a tax preparer, because now you have to be trained. You either have to be an accountant, a lawyer, or an enrolled agent. And only those 3 individuals, and this is what the IRS wants. They want these 3 individuals to be able to run the businesses of doing taxes and preparing taxes. Now, you can have people work under you, but they cannot own their own tax business. They can only be employees. And if nobody on that staff or that team wants to become an enrolled agent or an accountant or anything like that, who are you going to work under? Your business will not be able to survive. You will have to close because they are not going to allow you to do taxes. Why? Because IRS put clearly in the documentation that too many people are doing taxes and they are not signing it. And so it's leaving the IRS not to know who to blame if the person is audited, or because usually if that person gets audited and they go and talk to the rep, they may not even know what the hell would you put on their paperwork. So then IRS doesn't know who to come after because there's no name. And individuals have been doing it for a long time, and the IRS said no. They are also asking to cut expenses. So you're not going to be able to just write off all those expenses anymore. And this is for tax preparers. So this may not be big for some of y'all that, y'all not thinking about it because you don't know what your tax preparer is doing. But if your tax preparer has been putting you in as self-employed, or if you are self-employed, these are things you need to pay attention to, because now you're going to really need to keep those receipts. And when do they want this to happen? They want this to happen starting this upcoming tax season, okay? So they don't want us to be able to just write off expenses until somebody goes from negative to a positive on taxes anymore. That is out, okay? So they are saying we no longer want to be able to do that, and they're trying to make that if you have an LLC, and some of y'all don't know this, and then I'm gonna get to taking questions because I think that's the biggest part of the night. If you have an LLC, normally you can file, well, not normally, right now you can file your LLC with your personal taxes, with your regular 1040 taxes. But if you have a corporation, you're not able to do that. The IRS is asking Congress to separate and make LLC, individuals who have an LLC, file separate taxes, just like a corporation. Now, what does that mean? That means some of y'all gonna be hurting. Why? Because if you aren't really making a lot of money in your business, and you or say you do make money in your business, when you go to do your taxes on the actual 1120 form, that's a much different form. They don't have all those credits and stuff that you can use like you do on your personal taxes, so it makes it very hard to not owe. Okay, not saying that everybody will owe, but it's going to be very, very difficult. And you'll find that a lot of the people who do your taxes, they can't even prepare an 1120 form. So you may end up severing your relationship with your tax preparer. Or if you are a tax preparer, you might want to beef up your game, because if this gets passed, it's going to be like this instant change. Okay. Not for the banking part of them going into your banks, but it's going to be instant for the change of who can do the taxes, because they want to start collecting this money from us now. All right. So let me go to questions. Queen Me says, I received my first child tax credit in August. Had to update, but still no payment, but I received my September payment. Well, that's very good. And Queen Me Valerie, I said already, do not expect to get a back check. I haven't seen too many people get a back payment check. So if you get it, that's great. But if you don't, just know to keep looking forward for all the future months, because those back payments may not come to you. All right. Thank you for your input. Hey, Chantel, thank you for being here. Thank you, John. So you're the best. I love this channel. Thank you for all you do. I appreciate that. No problem. I want you guys to know what's going on, because this is real deal stuff, and they keep this stuff hidden in a lot of ways behind all the other news that's going on, so you don't see. Okay. All right. So I will put the links. I believe me, I'll put the links for everything for y'all. You don't have to worry about it. I will get to that. Let me see what else I have on here. All right, let me check. So back business loan, we got the career source giving out the jobs. Still, people are still getting the EIDL loan. That has not changed. The one thing that did change about the EIDL, but this is for the, excuse me, let me back up. People are still getting the EIDL grant. That's the $10,000. Some people are still getting the EIDL loan. The EIDL loan has now increased up to $2 million. That's great, but that still doesn't mean it's easy to get. It is very difficult. And if your paperwork is not correct, you're going to have a very difficult time getting this money. Now, let me tell y'all what not to do, because I think people are getting misinformation when the SBA asks for documentation for your taxes in order to secure the grant or the loan. Yes, you can call your tax preparer and say, make me taxes that say I made this. Okay, that's fine. And you can take that tax return and you can submit it to the SBA. But you know what's going to happen? Absolutely nothing, because the SBA does not care if you send them taxes. Do y'all think that the SBA doesn't know that people call up their tax preparer and ask them to make up a blank tax form to submit for money? Yes. So if you are told by the SBA that they need your tax information, they're not telling you to give them your taxes. They are telling you they want a 4506T so they can get your taxes from the SBA, from the IRS themselves. They don't take what you gave them. Why? Because it's not signed. Most of these taxes are not going to be signed that y'all do, because y'all send them electronic. So that makes it obsolete right there. There's no signature either from you or from your tax preparer. And they have to get it from the IRS in order to see what you really file. Okay. So you can pay somebody to make you some taxes, but I would tell you, if you are not planning on submitting those taxes to the IRS for real, do not waste your time or that other person's time. You have to submit those in order to really get the money. They have to pull it from the IRS. Okay. And I'm surprised at how many people still think that these people don't know. And it's like, you didn't think that they knew that? They know. They are on to the game. Okay. That's why they easily moved the EIDL up to $2 million, because now they done got all the fraudsters and scammers out the way. And now they're dealing with real business owners. Okay. That's why. All right. So just so y'all know. All right. GB Fit, you 21 years have saved money with a CPA. I know that's right. Get you a CPA if you can afford it. Not everybody can, but if you can, absolutely get you one for if you're a business owner. Mine said approved, did not get September. That's it. Yep, that's that child tax credit. It says I filed my taxes 2/15/21 and I still haven't gotten my taxes. If you haven't gotten your taxes since February, then what is it? Salamander Blue. You have a problem. You need to seriously go into the IRS portal and you need to go into your transcripts and see why you haven't gotten it. People are not using that function. Now, if you don't have a credit card, a mortgage, or a student loan, you will not be able to access, but you can request them in writing and they will send them to you, and very fast, might I add. You do need to know what is on your tax file. It's like nobody cares what nobody says about them until it's too late. And I don't want y'all to be getting caught up like that. All right. I'm sorry if this is not a good connection. This thing just be tripping sometime. All right. All right. Dwight says, will the child tax credit be extended? No, there's no reason to extend the child tax credit because it goes from July to December. And come January, you're going to take that month off, get your tax papers ready. In February, they're going to open up the tax filing time and you'll get the remainder of the money there. Now, somebody called me today because somebody with their bad information told someone that if you don't take the money for the child tax credit, it goes away. Not true. This is just an advance. It doesn't go away. If you don't get it between July and December, you get it in February. But now you get the whole amount instead of the payments. Okay, so the money doesn't go away. It is yours. Another thing that is in that document that the IRS sent, the IRS is also asking Congress to make it permanent for the $3,600 and the $3,000 child tax credit. They are asking for that to be permanent and not to ever change, at least until the next administration comes. Okay, but they did put that in, so we will have to find that out. That is something that they did ask for. Okay, Terry, hey Miss Terry. She says, if you didn't file taxes on your business in 2020 but did in 2019, can you get the EIDL? If you didn't file taxes in 2020 but you did in 2019, you can try, but it's going to be difficult to explain to them what happened to your business in 2020 if you don't have any taxes. So if you did file taxes in 2020 on the personal side, but you didn't for your business, then you can simply amend your taxes, because I'm sure you probably got your money back by now, your refund. You can amend your taxes, add your business information. You may owe some money because you probably didn't put in your income from your business, right? You may owe. If you owe, fine. Do an installment agreement. Tell them you'll pay them $25, $50 a month and be done with it. But especially if it's only a little bit. Now, if you're finna go amend your taxes and now you finna end up with $10,000, $20,000 in the hole, I don't think you should do it, because the SBA might not even give you that much money. But you can amend your taxes, send them to the IRS, and then apply, and then they'll just get your transcripts from the IRS when they finally get to your application. So I'm never telling anybody not to apply. I mean, the money is out there. The problem is the paperwork. And that's one thing that I want y'all to get better with, is because that's where they keep getting us. We can make all the money we want to, but if our paperwork isn't right, you aren't going to be able to access more money, or you're not going to be able to continue to access money. Okay. So you guys have to make sure that you pay attention to that. Okay. All right, so let me see if there's anything else. I am going to get to y'all questions really quick, but let me just look and see if I missed anything, okay? I know I did. Hold on. Let me... I got to go through all my little notes to make sure I don't miss nothing. Oh, yeah, so there's a new... legislation they're trying to get passed in Congress. This is Maxine Waters. She's trying to get the Expediting Assistance to Renters and Landlords Act. That's what it's called. But she's basically trying to get the Biden administration to approve this piece of legislation so that they can expedite the money to landlords. Why? Because landlords aren't taking the money. So now they're trying to investigate to find out why the landlords don't want to take the money from the government. Same reason I've been telling y'all. If they take the money from the government, they can't kick you out for another 3 months. So a lot of landlords don't want to be locked into that. But a part of this Expediting Assistance to Renters Act, Maxine Waters is trying to change some of that so that they will be more willing to take the money. You know why? Because if everybody gets kicked out right now and have nowhere to live, nobody wants to take the government money. It's going to be so many doggone homeless people, because who's going to take the money for somebody to go? A lot of people don't work. So who is going to take the money? So they're trying to rush this along. Now, originally, when the money was released to states, they are supposed to give you an option to actually put the money in your account to pay your landlord. But then they said, because we don't trust folks. So that's why they're doing the vouchers. So some things may change if this legislation gets passed. If you notice, y'all haven't heard much talk about it. So I will keep a watch to see what is going on with that. But that is something that they are trying to work on to get y'all some money faster. All right. If you did a 6-month extension on your taxes, okay, you weren't ready to file, October 15th is right around the corner. So please go and file your taxes, okay? Now, right now, you can do it. You can't e-file. You can only mail them in, but you still have time, especially if you put in for your extension. Now, if you didn't put in for extension, you can file anytime. But if you did put in for an extension, the IRS is expecting to see your tax return to them by October 15th. And they're saying that e-file is still available, but I don't know. That must be on their free e-file site, but it is not available if you go to any tax preparer. All right. So let me see these questions really fast. I'm sorry if I'm buffering. I don't know why. What's wrong with doing what's right? LLC should. I didn't understand that one. I apologize. Let's see. We got hold on, y'all. Let me make sure. Thank y'all, and again, follow me if you haven't. I know I haven't been saying much of that, because once I get on here, I really be trying to talk to y'all about stuff, because this stuff is so serious. Thank you, Destiny, spoiled child. I do try to keep y'all informed. I really do. How you doing? My name is Charles. Hey, Charles. Video is freezing. Sorry, y'all. Not trying to. But the 4506 does have to be signed. Yes, it does. They don't just pull it. Absolutely. You do have to sign it, but they'll send it to you. Lyft drivers do get PPP loans, but Lyft drivers, there is PPP. So the PPP is over. Okay. Let me remind y'all, FEMA is still out taking applications if anyone has died from COVID. I'm surprised that people are not sharing this. You know why? Because stuff is passed, and now we talk about this girl missing in Florida, and my heart goes out to her family. But there are still other things that they're not addressing on the news, and this is where we get lost. So please, if somebody died from COVID, y'all need to be calling FEMA and get y'all money back for these funeral expenses. Get your money back for the funeral, okay? For your outfit that you paid, whatever you had to do, get your money back for that. All right. Make sure you get the death certificate. Some people not even getting that. A CPA is an accountant. Okay, which year tax return to do EIDL? You can do 20. I mean, that's the one that they really want. Yes, the IRS is on a backlog, so they're definitely going to take a while. But while you're waiting, because remember, December 31st is the last date. So I don't know about y'all, but I'd rather be in the queue than not in nothing at all. So even if they don't get to you until December 27th, baby, you got a better chance than if you did not apply at all. So please don't let that they're in a backlog or you frustrated and all that stop you. Even people who have expired their reconsideration time, I'm telling them to still do it. Because if you look on your letter, it says you have 6 weeks. Ain't nobody waiting 6 weeks. We still gonna do it. Okay. So even if it's passed and you got denied for bad credit, you got denied because they couldn't find your business, don't let that stuff go. You have a better chance of trying than if you did nothing. All right. Hey Brandon, how you doing? Long time no see. All right. I seen someone say the IRS will send out the max amount for child tax credit for taxes. Yes, Sakara, they will send out the max amount for child tax credit for taxes if you haven't received the full amount. The full amount for 6 and under is $3,600. The amount for 5 and below is $3,600. 6 and up is $3,000. Okay, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's 5 and below. And 5 and below and 6 and up is $3,000. Whatever you don't get now from July to December, you will get the rest. That's why I said don't worry if you don't get a back paycheck, because they're going to give you the remaining money at tax time. Okay. That's how that is going to work. So it's partially true, but not all the way true. You're welcome, Miss Terry. Can you file EIDL without having an LLC? Yes, you absolutely can. You can do it as a sole proprietor. And I'm not talking about a single membership LLC. A lot of people get that sole proprietor mixed up. I am talking about a regular sole proprietor where you are who you are, but you just went and paid a couple dollars to add a business name, but it doesn't have an LLC and it doesn't have a corporation behind it. If you don't have an LLC or a corporation behind your business name, you, my friend, are not a real business in the business world. Okay, but yes, you can file for the SBA because they allow you to be a sole proprietor. So yes, Melissa, you absolutely can. If that applies to you, go get that money. Where can I find an IRS document so that I can sound educated when I write somebody about these LLC changes? If you want the IRS document, the 111-page document that I mentioned, please send me a message or email. I already saved it to my email. I will be more than happy to let you read it. Please, Kim Freeman, I will definitely send it to you so that you can see what is going on. And again, if you want to speak out to your congressmen, your senators, and tell them that you do not want the IRS to spy in your bank account. I know I don't, but if you don't, please, also, I will send you that link. It's going to be in the follow-up of links that I'm going to send everybody today. But make sure you, all you got to do is put in your name, your address, where you're from, and it will generate a letter automatically, and you hit send, and it sends it automatically to your congressman. You don't have to do anything, all right? But and I will send you that document. Good question, Kismet. I will send that to you. Is it too late for the other one? The loan, is that what you're talking about, Tremaine? Help me out. Hey, Miss Sheila, how you doing? Do you amend taxes? Yes, I can amend taxes, but if you are getting your taxes amended, you need to bring everything that you gave your original tax preparer, because when you amend taxes, you have to rebuild the taxes that were already done. Okay, definitely. All right, so you have to rebuild those. All right. Let's see. Hold on. Let me just make sure I didn't miss. What if you haven't filed since 2014? If you haven't filed taxes since 2014, it would probably be ridiculous to file 15, 16, but you could do 18, 19, 20. You could do 18, 19, and 20. So you could skip 16, 15 and 16. IRS may allow you to skip it, but you could do the last 3 years, especially if you worked and you want to get a return, or if you have kids and you want to file and you didn't let someone else file, you absolutely should do that. Okay. Mabu says, I got my money for the cereal settlement. Woo, woo. All right. So really quick, let me get it run down. Who got some money right now? There is a chicken lawsuit. Okay. All you got to do is type on the internet, chicken lawsuit. Okay. It does not say how much everybody is getting right now, but there is a chicken lawsuit. And there was one more. But y'all know, if I don't even got to tell y'all can simply go to topclassactions.com. Okay. Top Class Actions with an S. So Top Class Actions with an S. You can go right there.com and you can see what class action lawsuits are out right now. Some of y'all, especially if y'all follow me, y'all know I put them out. You may have been receiving letters telling you that now you got to verify something. So if you get one of those letters and they ask you to send in a proof of receipt and you don't even worry about it. Let it go. There are plenty more class action lawsuits that are coming, especially T-Mobile and some of these other places that got hit up by letting individuals get our information. All right. Sorry, Melissa, that you didn't get your September payment either. I'm so sorry y'all not getting paid. Please send me the IRS letter. The only way I'm going to send that IRS letter to y'all is y'all going to have to send me a message and I will send y'all the link. And but if you're talking about filing identity theft, I will send you, that is IRS form 14039, and I will send that to you. If you do SBA loan, does it go by your credit score? If you do the SBA loan, yes, it does. You have to have a 625 now. They have raised it 5 points. Okay, it was 620. It's 625 now. They raised the amount to $2 million, but now they raise your credit score requirement 5 points. So if you don't got 625, at least on your Experian, not the others, they only check Experian. Please don't even waste your time. And remember, this is for business. Okay, this is not for y'all to go pay off bills and stuff. And the reason why I'm saying it is because y'all, even though the EIDL you got to pay back, But we don't know what's going to happen if they're trying to get all in our bank accounts. So we want to make sure we keep this stuff clear and possible. And also make sure you have a business bank account, because people are not they're getting the $15,000 from the grant, but they have no bank account to put it in because y'all not even giving them a business bank account. So please don't apply until you have all your ducks in a row. If you are trying to get that EIDL grant, listen to me close, okay? This is what you need to do before you even apply. You need to make sure that the address that you use is a low income address, okay? You can look that up online to see if your address falls in line with the SBA. Is it a low income address? That's one. And then the second thing is, do you have a business bank account? That's two. Now, if you got those two things, now you can go and apply for the EIDL loan, but you can't have applied for it already. If you did, you got to do a reconsideration. If you did not, you can do the loan. You can either try to get it, or you can say, I don't want it. You don't have to take the loan to get the grant, but you have to fill out the loan application, because there is no grant application. Now, I don't know why some people still not understanding that, but that is about as basic as I can make it. Alicia, you got a check in the mail for $78. I hope that's one of my class action checks, because I didn't get a $78 check, but woo, good for you, girl, okay? Yes. All right. We trying to get money any kind of way. All right. Bree, yes, I've gotten my settlements from that website, a couple dollars up to a couple hundred. I'm telling y'all, top class action lawsuits. That's one of my favorite places to go. Another place y'all could go is missingmoney.com, missingmoney.com. They'll take you to every state so that you can see if you have any money left on these state websites from when you moved, or one of your rental deposits, or one of your old checks. Thank you, Alicia Bly. I appreciate that, girl. Thank you for sharing. Okay, so at least we trying to put money in people's hands over here. We can't do it the way we always like to, but we still are. Two more things, and then I'm just gonna hop on TikTok. If you're in Louisiana, please, the homeowners assistance program, it is still open, and they are still looking for people to volunteer to be one of their first homeowners to apply. So if you have not, it is on my TikTok page. If you don't have it, I will send you the information, because I want people to do it so y'all can come back and tell me what's going to happen. So when it starts opening up in other states, we know what to expect. Okay. It is very unfortunate that people are going through this. I'm so sorry, but this is what it is. Okay. Especially if you're dealing with your mortgage company. Basically, the government said if you're having problems paying your mortgage, you need to call your mortgage company and ask them to work out something with you, because basically you're waiting for the homeowners assistance program to open. Now, hopefully your mortgage has not passed $10,000, because that's the amount that you're going to get if you're a homeowner, 10 grand. Okay. So far, that's all we've seen. But right now it is in Louisiana. I am waiting for other states to open, but I have not gotten any information. The only thing I got was that Florida just last week sent up their program to Department of Treasury to see if what they wrote or how they plan on administering the program is going to be approved. Once it's approved, Florida will be opening up, but it is not open up everywhere yet. Okay, supposed to be 6 states. I still haven't seen any state yet. And no state has contacted me except Louisiana, and I sign up for all of them so that I can know first, so I can let you guys know. And Louisiana is the only one that's contacted me yet, although it says 6 states. Okay. But if you want that information, I'll send you the link to that page too, so you can definitely go and check it out. All right. And then last but not least, student loans are still being wiped off, guys. They are still being wiped off. All right. If you're disabled, if you went to a school that's closed down, there are more schools being added to the list like all the time, because if you got loans on your credit report, you can't remember what school you went to, you can easily call Department of Education, and they can look you up. They can tell you how to go to the National Student Loan Database and find yourself and find these schools so that you can see how much money came from one school so that you can get it written off. There's no sense of paying for something that ain't yours, and there's no sense of having something on your credit that doesn't have to be, especially when they've already supposedly have written off $5 billion in student loans. Okay, so I don't know about y'all, but y'all definitely need to be in that number if you got schools that you don't want on there. Okay, and then other than that, I will see y'all next Monday. We'll continue to go over whatever is new, because there's always something new that's coming out. But TikTok, y'all stay, because I'm going to do my Monday with you guys And if you guys are here and you just want to get on TikTok, we're gonna get on TikTok and we're gonna talk about other stuff that I don't want to go over here because I don't like to keep y'all in front of y'all computer. But thank y'all again. I'll see y'all next Monday. I will put the list together of all the links. Send me the message. Just say links and I'll send them to you. Sorry it's taking me a little bit to get to everybody. This is what happens when you start getting busy. But I appreciate it. And I hope to be able to give y'all guys some awesome news next week. I'm not going to put it out yet. But I hope to be able to give you guys some awesome news that is going to be happening next week. So stay tuned. So I'll see y'all next Monday, and I'm going to hop over here on TikTok. So happy Monday. See y'all next Monday. Bye, y'all.